Most people treat words like fast food cheap, sloppy, and forgettable. They talk to fill silence, not to change anything. They text, ghost, scroll, reply half-heartedly, and call that connection. But the Sigma male doesn't play that game. When he speaks, it means something. When he exits, it's final. And when he engages, he finishes the damn conversation. He's not here to trade dopamine hits disguised as dialogue. He's not checking in to make you feel seen for 5 seconds. He doesn't leave things half done, half said, or half meant. Because the Sigma doesn't run multiple mental tabs like the rest of the world. He's either fully in or completely gone. He believes unfinished business is just emotional debt, and he doesn't owe anyone interest. So when he speaks, it lands. When he asks, it's direct. When he's done, there's no blurred ending, just silence, clarity, closure. Here are 10 savage truths why Sigma males don't leave conversations half-finished. 1. He doesn't type IKR. He demands real dialogue. Have you ever noticed how people respond to deep thoughts with IKR? Like reducing complexity to 3 lazy letters somehow qualifies as connection? The Sigma doesn't engage in that digital slop. Every word he sends is precise, loaded, intentional. He's not a content machine. He's a message coded to shake the fake out of the interaction. He knows that real dialogue is a lost art in a sea of memes and reactions. People don't speak to understand. They speak to be seen. But the Sigma doesn't care if you see him. He speaks to reveal what others avoid, to cut through noise and expose the core of a thing. He doesn't speak for validation. He speaks for evolution. And if you're replying with filler phrases while he's dropping clarity bombs, he'll exit the thread and your life without hesitation. 2. He doesn't play typing ping pong. He drops truth and walks. Most people treat conversation like a game constant back and forth, mindless volleys of fluff. The Sigma male doesn't volley. He delivers. He doesn't check in every few hours to keep the thread alive. He says what he means once, with 0 fat on it, and leaves. He doesn't chase response time. He doesn't look for read receipts. He respects bandwidth, yours and his. And he's not interested in stretching a meaningless thread just to avoid silence. The Sigma's message hits like a full stop. It makes you rethink, not just reply. And if the truth is too much to return, he doesn't blame you. He just logs out. 3. He's not a notification. He's a disruption. The world is addicted to alerts, red dots, buzzes, little pings of significance. People chase validation in vibration-form digital crumbs that convince them they still matter. But the Sigma male is not one of them. He's not a buzz. He's not a like. He's not some meaningless ping that lights up your phone just to die in your notifications tray. When the Sigma enters a conversation digitally or physically, it's not background noise. It's a shift in atmosphere, a full system reset. He doesn't arrive like a message. He arrives like a consequence. His words don't just demand attention, they grab it by the throat. He speaks with a weight that doesn't fade after 5 minutes. He says things you'll try to ignore, only to have them haunt you when you're alone. He doesn't play to your feed scroll dopamine loops. He speaks like time matters because, to him, it does. He doesn't adapt to short attention spans. He breaks them. He reminds you that conversation isn't supposed to be effortless. It's supposed to challenge, to sharpen, to change you. And if what he says doesn't make you uncomfortable, it means you're not ready to hear it. But he says it anyway. Because the truth doesn't show up softly, it shows up with teeth. And the Sigma is the one who opens the door and lets it bite. 4. He doesn't breadcrumb. He delivers and disappears. Breadcrumbing is the coward's game, giving just enough to keep someone interested without ever committing to clarity. The Sigma doesn't breadcrumb. He writes in stone or not at all. He doesn't leave maybe texts. He doesn't send partial feelings or vague intentions. He says what needs to be said, even if it ends something. Because partial truth is just prolonged confusion, and the Sigma won't participate in that. He doesn't leave doors half closed. He slams them shut with clarity so loud, you hear it echo for weeks. 5. He doesn't fear. Unsent messages. He hates unspoken truth. The average person types a long message, stares at it, and deletes. scared of being too much, too honest, too real. The Sigma male, he sends it or he says it, period. He knows that silence isn't noble when it hides truth. He knows that unsent messages rot like unspoken apologies. If there's something to say, he says it. And if you're not ready to hear it, that's your burden. The Sigma doesn't live with what ifs, he clears the air, even if it makes it storm. 6. He doesn't stretch closure. He slices it clean. People think closure means a long talk, a peaceful resolution, some mutual understanding, a soft landing. The Sigma knows better. Closure isn't a conversation, it's an incision. It's not about sharing feelings. It's about cutting ties with precision and letting the bleeding stop. He doesn't drag things out under the illusion of maturity. He doesn't let emotions fester under politeness or false empathy. He won't fake niceties to spare you discomfort. Because the Sigma understands something most people run from, that lingering only prolongs pain. He ends things sharp, final, honest, not out of cruelty but respect, because there's no dignity in decay, no honor in hanging around a bond that's already snapped. If he's done, you'll know. Not from ghosting, not from passive silence, but from a final word that slices through the noise and leaves no room for misinterpretation. One message, one look, one tone, and you'll feel it in your bones. Closure isn't a luxury, it's a mercy. And when the Sigma gives it, it's clean, clear, and unforgettable. 7. He's not here to be understood. He's here to be unforgettable. Some men talk just to be liked. The Sigma talks to be remembered. He knows his words may not be received immediately, that they may confuse, confront, even offend. Good. He doesn't bend his truth to fit your expectations. He doesn't soften to make you stay. He speaks like a man who doesn't fear being misunderstood because he knows clarity always comes, eventually. And when it does, you'll replay what he said long after he's gone. 8. He doesn't wait for a reply. He watches for a reaction. Waiting for replies is for people who crave reassurance. The Sigma watches something else entirely, the shift. He doesn't care if you text back. He watches what you do next. Do you change? Do you rise? Do you get quieter because the mirror was too much? He's not seeking chatter. He's triggering transformation. And if your reply is silence, he doesn't take offense, he takes note. 9. He doesn't build conversations, he starts fires. Small talk dies in his presence. Surface-level dialogue withers. The Sigma doesn't build safe bridges between opinions. He drops truth like a match and watches what burns. Conversations with him don't lead to cozy agreement. They lead to detonation. He's not there to exchange pleasantries or keep things light. He speaks to break chains, not to braid them. Every question he asks has a weight behind it. Every statement is a blade. He's not looking to relate, he's looking to reveal the parts of you you've kept hidden under routine dialogue and emotional padding. His words are accelerants. He turns passive interactions into confrontational mirrors. He doesn't build conversation to be liked. He sets it ablaze to see what survives the fire. When you talk to a Sigma, you're not being entertained, you're being dismantled. And the ashes? That's where something real might begin. He's not a conversationalist. He's a reckoning wrapped in sentences. 10. He doesn't leave the door open. He seals it with silence. Some people leave the door open just in case. Keep things friendly. Leave a little window cracked for re-entry. The Sigma male, he locks it, boards it up, lights it on fire. He believes in clean exits. If a conversation has ended, it stays ended. He won't revisit. He won't reopen. He doesn't need closure catch-ups or reunion apologies. His silence is the period. His exit is the signature. When he leaves, there's no confusion. Just a clear trail of finished sentences, closed tabs, and truth so sharp, it left a scar. On a final note, the Sigma male doesn't leave threads dangling. He doesn't ghost you because he's scared he ends things, because he respects time, his and yours. He doesn't play the game of half-done connections, emotional cliffhangers, or open wounds wrapped in polite silence. He says what's real. He says it once. He means it. Then he moves. No echo. No waiting. No open tabs. Because real men don't vanish. They conclude. And in a world full of half-said nothings, the Sigma's full-stop truth will always hit like a closing door you'll hear for the rest of your life.